Hi, this is RHM for RHM Movie Reviews. This is the episode where I will be talking about movies that are based on TV series. First is Inspector Gadget. It is based on an early 1990s Nickelodeon show by the same name. It has an amazing cast, and of course, as I said when I was talking about movie franchises, Rupert Everett playing the villain in this. He plays Claw. And if you're wondering why the last name of Inspector Gadget's love interest sounds so familiar, it's because Jolie Fisher, is the half sister of Carrie Fisher. Same dad, different dads. And in this movie, little spoiler, while you're watching the credits where they're adding, you get those added scenes. Little spoiler, the late Don Adams, who voiced Inspector Gadget in the cartoon series, actually does a cameo. He voices Brain. Of course, Inspector Gadget was the first Don Adams show to get the movie treatment. Soon I will be talking about the other Don Adams show that got the movie treatment, but there is a cameo by one of his co-stars in the movie. Now, the next three, as far as I know, I'm not really sure about George of the Jungle because I checked, are supposed to be part of Rocky and Bullwinkle's those animated shows. Because all three of these were animated shows to begin with. First one is George of the Jungle. And if I remember correctly, I think it was based on a television series, animated show. It has an amazing cast. Of course, yes. Women who watch this movie, yes, you get to see Brendan Fraser shirtless. Where with other movies, I don't know how many other movies he's done where he plays a character who is shirtless. But Women of America and across the world, he's shirtless, and you're welcome for letting me, because I'm reviewing this movie because he's that good looking without a shirt on. Of course, this was in the late 90s it came out, but it's still good. Next one, Underdog, amazing cast, and actor you wouldn't think to play a villain actually plays a villain in this. He played a villain in a movie franchise I mentioned earlier called Ice Age. And that's Peter Dinklage. Oh man, does he do a good villain in Underdog. And you do get Jim Belushi as an on-screen dad. And he actually did a good job in the movie. And in case you're wondering who is the voice of Underdog, that is Jason Lee. Some of you may know him as Earl from My Name is Earl, or from other movies, maybe a Jay and Silent Bob movie called Dogma, and well, probably other things. I'm not sure what other things, as I'm not really a fan. The next one is Mr. Peabody and Sherman. Now, this is the only one that's actually still anime, but this is computer animation, not traditional animation like the original series was. And this has an amazing cast, and there are cameos by certain actors. I'm not saying who, you have to watch it to know who those actors are. You can only guess who voices Einstein and these other characters. Other historical figures. Next one is actually the second Don Adams movie to get the movie treatment, and that is Get Smart. This was actually, the show was created by Mel Brooks, and eventually I will be talking about all the other Mel Brooks movies I own. But this is really good. It has an amazing cast. And go figure, Dwayne Johnson playing a villain. Who would have thought he would play such a good villain, such a good bad guy? As I said, there is a cameo by one of Dom Adams' co-stars from the show in the movie, and that is the guy who originally played Siegfried on the show. I'm not sure about his name, but I know the guy was also on the Love Boat, which I found very interesting. It's like, yeah, people you don't think to play villains actually play villains. Terrence Stamp, who's also in this movie, who plays Siegfried in the movie, I think he does a good job at playing that character. I mean, I know he's played good guys, but he's also played bad guys, and he's good at playing bad guys. The next one, I find this movie very interesting because I watched the making of it. And of course, I've also watched, there was an interview with, for the 50 Shades of Grey movies, for the last movie, when Jamie Dornan and Dakota Johnson were being interviewed. The way they made her driving sounded like the way Owen Wilson describes Ben Stiller's driving. It's like, you get these two behind the wheel, and they will go nuts. They're driving a car where they can drive fast. It's like, and the show is good. It's based on a 1970s show. As I said, you get these two second-generation actors behind the wheel, and you will probably want to hold, while they're driving, you probably want to hold on something for your life. If they want to drive fast, they'll drive fast. Yeah, hold on for dear life. From the interviews I've heard of their driving. And actually, the little spoiler alert, the original actors who played Starsky and Hutch from the show Starsky and Hutch, those two actors, David Soul and I forgot the other guy's name. They actually do cameo in the movie at the end of the movie. And as I said, that's a spoiler alert. You gotta watch the movie all the way through to find them. And I know in the movie, Vince Vaughn is playing the bad guy. It's like, wait, he's not supposed to be playing bad guy. He's from Illinois. Sometimes people from Illinois don't usually get to play the bad guy. But I'm okay with the fact that he got to play the bad guy, because in another movie, it was flipped. In the movie Dodgeball, it was flipped because Ben Stiller played the bad guy and Vince Vaughn played the good guy, which I like that very much. And you do see a rapper turned actor who is actually an entrepreneur now, Snoop Dogg. I mean, I think he's acted before. I forgot if he's acted in anything I've ever seen, but I know he is so hilarious in the movie. I mean, I think he's the comic relief in the movie, but that's because you got two other funny guys in the movie, other funny actors in the movie. It's like, he just took it to a whole nother level. I can only compare a singer turned actor, Erykah Badu, when she was in What Men Want. I would compare her character, the way she played that character in What Men Want, to the way Snoop Dogg played his character in Starsky and Hutch. They are both hilarious. They make the movie even funnier. Alright, the next one. Now, I'm not sure when the show premiered, was on TV. But Dukes of Hazzard is a great movie. They did, as far as I know, they did get one of the actors from the original show in the movie. It's just not one of the main actors. Of course, this was Jessica Simpson's film debut. It was her first movie, and she was that lucky to get to work with Willie Nelson, who plays Uncle Jesse. I think he does a fantastic job in the movie. The fact that he was actually friends with the guy who wrote the song for the original movie, for the show, and that he sings that song for the movie. I think that's interesting. It's like, really? You got them to be okay with this? And Jessica Simpson, if you're watching this, I loved you in this movie. You did a really good job in your feature film debut. All right, next one, the last one is Star Trek. Now, yes, this is based on the sci-fi show, the same name. I know there have been other movies, but this is not a remake. It's more based off the TV series than a remake of the original movies. And in the first two movies, before his passing, Leonard Nimoy does do cameos. Actually, he has a character in the movie. And if you watch the making of this, for the cast, you find out that the writer, director, producer, J.J. Abrams actually talked to some of the original cast members asking, well, is it okay if I hired this actor to play the role you originated? I thought that was interesting. He tried to get the okay from the actors who originally played the characters. Like, I mean, for instance, he wasn't sure if he should hire John Cho because he was of a different ethnicity than George Takei, who originally played Sulu. It was like, and the way J.J. Abrams said it when he was on the phone with George Takei, it was like saying, oh no, the character's more pan-Asian, so it didn't matter from what Asian country the person is from. It's okay. I guess in a way he was saying it was okay to hire John Cho to play Sulu. And if you do watch the movie and if you watch the series and then you watch this movie, you do find that, oh yeah, Chris Pine does look like a young William Shatner. And of course, when you have both Zachary Quinto and Leonard Nimoy standing next to each other, you swear they do look like each other. Zachary Quinto does look look like a young Leonard Nimoy. And I thought that was hilarious. It's the fact that they actually look like each other, that much like each other, that it was amazing. And that is it. The next episode, I will be talking about my Jim Henson Company movies. That means the Muppet movies, as well as two movies that weren't the Muppets, but were done by the Jim Henson Company. This is RHM for RHM Movie Reviews, signing off.